Activists in El Salvador are protesting against the country's abortion laws with eggs filled with confetti and red paint. A small group of masked women disguised as clowns spray painted the Attorney General's office. They quickly retreated as dozens of other protesters chanted their support nearby. The activists were protesting a decision to seek a third trial of Evelyn Hernandez, who has recently been acquitted after she was convicted of homicide and sentenced to 30 years in prison. Abortion is banned in the socially conservative Central American country, where women have been prosecuted for stillbirths after home deliveries and abortions induced because of medical emergencies.
Estamos acá porque creemos en la inocencia, sabemos que es inocente. Como mujeres salvadoreñas nos unimos a Evelyn, no la vamos a dejar sola. Hoy estamos acá y mañana volvemos hasta que se le haga verdaderamente justicia a la compañera Evelyn.
21-year-old Evelyn Hernandez was convicted of intentionally aborting her child. She was sentenced to 30 years in jail, and she already served 3 years. In February, the country's top court called for her release and retrial. The court said that the original decision was based on insufficient evidence. The court has since found her to be innocent in the retrial, which concluded in August. Hernandez was 18 at the time, and she said that she would have awaited her baby's birth with pride and joy had she known. She was accused of abortion but was later charged with aggravated homicide. Now, prosecutors blamed her for hiding her pregnancy and not seeking antenatal care. Last month, U.S. President Donald Trump had issued a veiled threat to Google. He said that his government was watching the tech giant closely. And it seems the president was not joking. Now, 50 attorney generals from across 48 states in the United States have come together and launched an antitrust probe against Google. Under the scanner will be Google's alleged monopolistic practices, especially relating to advertisements.
Day when we search Google that we would be presented with links unrelated to the Google business. Very compelling analyses suggest that the overwhelming number of query responses relate to Google businesses and or advertisers that pay for that slot within those links. Attorney generals really care about where the rubber meets the road, and that is for the residents of their states and consumers. We also care about businesses, especially small businesses, that may be locked out as a result of what may be monopolistic power.
So what are the allegations against Google? The states have accused Google of using unfair business practices to give higher preference to its own products. And secondly, whether it is overly aggressive in attracting advertisements and thus starving its smaller competitors. Now, the attorney generals have given Google 30 days to respond to the questions raised against it. The worrying part for Google is the kind of bipartisan support for the action against Google. And Republicans and Democrats alike are on board in the inquiry against the tech giant. Now, if the inquiry finds Google guilty of unfair practices, the company could be broken up. Experts suggest that YouTube and Android are the likely candidates to be separated from the parent company, Alphabet Inc.